Hey guys! So this makeup tutorial is actually part of an amazing collaboration on Instagram with my good friend Janet Rashianko. I really don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm really sorry if I mispronounce it, but I will have the name up here in the screen. So the theme for this collaboration is vampires versus werewolves. So she's gonna create a vampire that has been attacked by moi. And I created a wolf or a werewolf that's been attacked by her. So the story is that we both cross each other's paths and we do not get along very well. So we started attacking each other and at the end killing each other. So the way that I die is that she bites me and her bite releases a poison that can potentially kill me. So all these boils and all this green and black goo that's just coming out of like everywhere, every single orifice in my face is basically all that poisonous venom. And so I have the bite mark, I have blood, so there's gonna be a lot of gore in this look, so be warned. If you do not tolerate gore, then just do not click on this video at all. But if you are okay with a little bit of gore, then fine, just keep on watching. Please go check out Janet. She is such a good friend and a really good makeup artist, so please go check her out and give her lots of love. There really isn't a lot to say about this look except for what I already explained, how I died and how this happened. So I really hope that you all enjoy this video and let's keep on watching. Alright, so the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take liquid latex and I'm gonna apply it where I'm going to apply my prosthetic. And once the prosthetic is fitted to my face, I'm going to start sticking down all of the edges until it's literally flat against my skin. And then I'm gonna take some witch hazel and blend out all the edges. Okay, prosthetic is applied, edges are blended with witch hazel, and now I'm gonna take some liquid latex and further blend out the edges. So as I said, I'm just taking some liquid latex to further blend out the edges of the prosthetic, and I'm waiting for each layer to dry. I did about a few layers of this, even though the edges were still noticeable later on. But after that, I took my NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation and I applied this all over my face, avoiding the actual prosthetic itself. Then I'm taking some castor seal and applying it where the latex is so the makeup can adhere to the prosthetic better. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cream foundation, and I'm not sure if you can see that clearly, but it's fairly close to my skin tone, so I'm just going to sponge that all over the prosthetic. Okay, so now I'm going to take this color, which is actually slightly darker than this color, and I'm going to apply it all over the prosthetic again to make sure that it fully matches my skin tone. Okay, so I do want to break up my skin a little bit, so for that I'm going to use my Skin Illustrator Effects palette, and I'm going to use a chip brush for that and some 99% alcohol. I'm gonna spray it on the orange and a little bit on the green. Just gonna spackle that all over the face. Okay, so now off to contour. For that, I'm gonna take this dollar store eyeshadow brush and some brown eyeshadow. Gonna mix these two together, and I'm just gonna create a really harsh contour. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do sort of like an upside down L shape. So I'm just gonna do one line across my cheekbones and then one line going down like so. And then I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and just blend that out a lot more. Gonna do just a little bit on my temples, but not a lot, because I don't want to look like a vampire. I mainly just want to look like I have very prominent features. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this brown cream makeup and a flat brush like this. It's just a tiny flat brush, and I'm going to further define all of the lines and the wrinkles of the prosthetic. So just gonna take the brown cream makeup, and I'm using a cream makeup because I just noticed that the eyeshadows just become really hard to blend on top of the latex, even though I applied the castor seal and everything. So if you're using latex, make sure that you use cream makeups instead of eyeshadows, because it'll be a lot easier to work with. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the brown, and I'm going to further define all these wrinkles. And then I'm going to take the exact same sponge that I used to dab the foundation on the prosthetic and just blend these out as much as possible. So now I'm going to take this really light flesh, it's like a really light beigey color, and I'm going to use it as my highlights to intensify all these wrinkles. Going to use the exact same cream to highlight a few areas. So now I'm going to take the exact same brown eyeshadow I've been using with a fine detail brush, and I'm just going to add a lot more wrinkles to the nose to add a lot more character and make myself look angrier. Gonna take that light beige, and I'm going to highlight in between each of the wrinkles. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take nose and scar wax, and I'm going to create the vampire bite mark. I'm just gonna take a little glob of scar wax, get it in my fingers, and also I'm using a little bit of petroleum jelly because this stuff is the devil to work with. Just gonna do a little sausage. Just using a bit of petroleum jelly and applying it to my fingers to further blend out the scar wax. Okay, so sorry for skipping ahead, but I already completed the other one. Basically the exact same steps. I'm just using a little bit more petroleum jelly to blend them out a little bit more. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the spatula. I'm gonna take the pointy end, obviously being careful, and I'm gonna create the puncture wounds. Just gonna use a little bit of latex to apply and set it. I'm gonna move on to creating the boils. And for that, I'm actually taking liquid latex, and I'm going to start attaching these gelatin boils I made. Just gonna start sticking them down. Okay, so now I'm gonna take liquid latex and dab it all over everything. Okay, so I'm gonna take that castor seal and just dab it on top of everything. I'm gonna take the dark red color from the bruise wheel and apply it in the deepest areas of the bite mark. And at the same time, I'm gonna add the dark red, now that I'm still using it, around every single one of the edges of each of the boils. And I'm gonna add them very roughly. I'm not gonna worry about blending them out at the moment. I'm just gonna focus on applying the color first. Now I'm gonna take another brush with a little bit of that castor seal in it, and I'm just going to blend that color outwards. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the blue from that bruise wheel and add it to the edges of each of the blisters. What the blue is gonna do is it's gonna make the blisters look a lot more intense. I'm gonna take the red from that bruise wheel and I'm going to add this on the inside of the bite mark just to make it look like there's blood and flesh that's been torn out of there. Now I just loaded up my airbrush with black paint, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make this whole area look like there are a lot of black veins just bursting out of the bite mark. So yeah, I'm just basically going to darken up the bite mark just a tiny bit and then just set my airbrush at a certain point with really low pressure and just wiggle it up, creating veins. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the black from the Skin Illustrator Effects palette and I'm going to start creating more veinage, but this time they're going to be really fine, small veins sprouting from each of the blisters. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the yellow from the bruise wheel on my finger and I'm going to dab this all over each of the blisters to make them look like they're really pussy. I'm going to do the exact same thing, but this time I'm going to add the green. And this is really going to make it look gross and disgusting. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the crepe hair, but I'm gonna do it off camera because I already have 2 other videos where I teach you guys how to do crepe hair. That includes attaching it, styling it, and coloring it. So I will just link one of those videos down below and you can go check it out and then come back later. But for now, I'm just gonna do the crepe hair and I'll meet you guys later. Okay, so the crepe hair has been applied, styled, colored, and now it's time to move on to the very fun stuff, which is adding blood and gore to this look. So for that, I'm gonna use Cinema Secret's blood gel, and I actually mix this with a little bit of regular fake blood just so that it would be runnier. Gonna take my brush, I'm just gonna dip it in the bottle, and I'm going to put this in the bite mark, let it drip. So for the blisters, I actually wanted to create the effect that they're oozing poison. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take glycerin, which I found at CVS, and I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of green food coloring. Just gonna mix that together, and I'm going to basically just let it drip down each of the blisters. I'm going to take the black from the Skin Illustrator Effects palette and I'm going to add this on the edges of each of the blisters to make it look like they're oozing venom.
Here we go.
So now I'm gonna have a lot more fun with this character. I think I might just add a lot more blood, gashes, and cuts everywhere. I was fighting a vampire, was not a pretty fight, it got intense. I'm not gonna come out of there looking normal. Well, human normal. So I'm just gonna take a stipple sponge with the red from the Ben Nye Bruise Wheel and I'm just going to add scrapes to my face. And my neck as well. Get that road burn in there. got a bump in the head, so I'm just gonna pour a bit of blood. Okay, so I already applied my lenses, which both of them are from camwise.com. I will have the link down below. In this one, I'm wearing a contact lens called Wolf, which is perfect for this look. And in this one, I'm wearing a mesh lens. I decided, since this is basically the gross side, and since this is the side that's decaying first, I decided to just add a mesh lens like I'm going blind. I don't know, it looks creepy this way. I should have worn both mesh lenses, but this actually looks really cool. I really like how this looks. Plus, I also added a bit more veins to the face. I don't know if you can tell, but here and here I have more veins, and I also airbrushed the hair a little bit more to make it darker. I'm also gonna apply fangs, but I'm just gonna apply those when I'm taking pictures because it really prevents me from speaking well. So I'm only gonna do it for pictures, but yep. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel because that really helps me out. Also, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The links will be down below, as well as the list of products I use in this video. So, yep, I really hope to see you next time, and bye guys!